Once upon a time, 100 Thieves sounded like this.
I don't know. Backside, 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 backside. Nice. Bomb, 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 bomb.
Oh, no.
Nice. Bomb down, bomb down, bomb down. Hold.
Calm down, bro. Calm down. Peter, please chill, bro. Yo. Yo, stop. Yeah. Dude.
Tell their default. Tell her their default.
But the year is now 2026, and with a new IGL, new coaching staff, and some different structure to the team, what I'm hearing out of 100 Thieves has me super excited about their future. This round that they played against Loud to close out the series on Split is one of the better mid rounds that I've heard from a team so far in Stage 1. Let's check it out.
He's in mid.
Yeah.
We high low. I post
Wait,
drop.
I'm worried about flash.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm anti.
I think NDA is good. He dogged all of the mid.
Actually, can't flash here.
I like just freezing
Yeah.
mid.
Could be on the
Take this.
right.
Ready, ding.
1 second. Nothing. Let me clear
Yeah,
right.
clear right. Only to mid. Can we pump the Evan? Can we get a smoke to
Yeah,
here?
Z.
I'm not holding Vat. I want a Roomba, okay?
Can you flash this close
Let
angle?
me Roomba. Let me Roomba. Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
wait.
I'm worried about shotgun.
I want NA. I want NA 3A split. Come back
I'm
day, guys.
gonna
Come
go.
back day. Come back
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Man with mine, I guess go.
Raptor,
Open
Raptor.
blinded.
Can we drop together now?
There's
Come back,
two.
guys. Come back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wall up.
I'm jumping. Right, I'm jumping now.
I have
Let's go
blind
wall.
And now let's break down the listen in moment by moment, starting from when they have taken mid control and are trying to figure out what to do next in the round.
He's in mid.
Yeah.
We high low. I post drop.
Wait, I'm worried about flash.
Okay, so as soon as we hop in, we hear Crystal's asking if his teammates have successfully taken mid. He's too focused on his crosshair, I believe. He's expecting a swing out of A main potentially in response to the mid pressure. And so he's not looking at his minimap. He's really focused. So he's asking for information because he doesn't feel comfortable taking a glance at the minimap. That's fine. And then we hear Vora asking for Asuna to high-low with him. Now, a high-low stack is obviously two players kind of in line with each other at different elevations to make a double kill headshot really difficult. I'm not entirely sure where he wants to high-low. I guess he wants Asuna to come crouch in front of him potentially, or maybe stack up in some sort of configuration to face into male. I don't totally understand where he wants to do this. But Asuna says that he's worried about somebody flashing out of this smoke, which makes sense. And let's go ahead and listen.
Yeah, I'm anti.
I think NDA is good. He dogged all of the mid.
Actually, can't flash here.
I like just freezing
Okay.
mid.
So right there, we hear Kraussel say, I think ending A is good because they dogged all of A main and didn't see anything. And then Vora says, I think freezing here is good. And then we hear a couple of affirmatives. Okay. And the reason that he's calling for this freeze is that they've put themselves in a good situation. They're a player up. They have decent information and good control of the extremities. And they have a pretty good plan for what they want to do next. But he doesn't want to rush into anything because they have a minute to work with. And there's still plenty of opportunity for Loud, especially a team that's kind of aggressive like Loud, to make some sort of play, re-clearing space. And so Vora doesn't want to like walk into a trap basically. And he also wants to see if Lev will give them another opportunity to get better information or maybe find another pick before they do anything because they have this time and this man advantage to work with.
Could be on the
Take this.
right.
Ready, ding.
1 second. Nothing.
Okay, I love that right there. I just want to highlight that because Vora now decides, okay, let's start moving. He says, can we peek this together? And Asuna just responds, 1 second, I'm not close enough to you. And just little tiny coordinations like that are so nice to hear from a team. It really kind of helps them be all on the same page and make sure that you're not having these weird, awkward swings where one person gets picked off and another person tries to get the timing to get the trade. But because they haven't coordinated the swing very well, they end up getting double killed. So just hearing them do these little micro comms is really good.
Let me clear
Yeah,
right.
clear right. Only to mid. Can we pump the Evan? Can we get a smoke to
Yeah,
here?
Z.
I'm not holding Vat. I want a Roomba, okay?
Can you flash this close
Let me
angle?
Roomba.
Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Vora has just decided that he is going to do a plan of pump faking B. That's what pump B means. He wants to see if they can get some sort of reaction in terms of utility or force a rotation or set up some sort of opportunity for cryo cells at A. Basically sort of like force Loud to give them some information by doing some sort of reaction to their potential B hit. Obviously it's a fake B hit, but they're going to make it look pretty convincing by he calls for a smoke here. And then you hear Timotino say, hold on, I want a Roomba, which is Boombot. He wants to send the Boombot here to sort of like do a less risky peek into heaven in case there's a shotgun or something like that. And so everybody is sort of like coalescing on this plan. We're going to fake B heaven and then go A, where we can pinch with cryo cells towards the A side of the map. And we already see that Bang has started to move towards the middle of the map, so he can join them as well in this split. And he's setting up for the smoke as well.
Let me move out. Wait.
I'm worried about shotgun.
I want an A. I want an A 3A split.
So right there, you hear some nice communication of, hey, wait for the boombot, wait for the boombot. They actually do wait. They allow Timotino to catch up, place the boombot, and then Vora reminds them, I want to end A through split.
Come back to A, guys. Come back to A. Come back.
And you can see that Vora is already committed to his plan. He's left the 2 players that are in heaven, and they are sort of like overly committing to this, this fake, which honestly is probably the correct thing to do. They haven't gotten any reaction from Loud. And so if they just sort of like half-ass the fake and then go A, there's a decent chance that the rotations come there much faster. So the fact that they're being sort of like overly committed to the fake makes it a lot more believable, and that's going to freeze Loud in place. So they're putting in quite a bit of utility. They're putting in the nade. We're about to see the wall come out, and Vora's like, you guys are a little bit too far forward. Don't get picked here. Like, please come and follow my call to go on the A split. And they will do this in just a few seconds.
Yeah.
Some man with mine gets to go.
Omen blinded.
Can we drop together now?
There's
Come back,
2.
guys. Come back.
Okay, and so right there, it turns out that the call or the idea, the intuition to sort of like overly sell the fake is good, because they get the paranoia out. They get the confirmation that there's a Viper here as well. They get the extra smoke out as well. So they get a ton of value without too much risk. Of course, there is an opportunity for them to have potentially gotten picked there, but it ends up working out pretty well. And Vora is now asking them to drop into vents together because he wants to make sure that, he doesn't drop by himself and get killed with the spike. So they're a little bit off in terms of their coordination as far as like the perfect timing of this, but they are doing the right thing and they are following the plan.
I'm gonna wall up.
I'm jumping, right? I'm jumping now.
I have
Let's go
blind
wall.
for
Toxins going up.
Very
Okay, really nice there. Cryocell says, I'm going to wall up for you so you guys can do this split, basically to sort of allow them to, get up the ropes safely without exposing themselves to a ton of different angles. The timing on this is nice. It's going to allow them to potentially come and pinch behind. We also see that Bang has positioned himself early for a paranoia up into the top of ramps. So everybody is on the same page, even though there's a little bit of like desync in terms of the perfect timing. Overall, because the communication has been so good, they are really on the same page doing the right thing here.
Communal. You saw even at the moment there they wanted to flash, they wanted to smoke, and Timotino said, wait, let me boom bot. All that happening now is Cryos pushes the other side of the map with a bit of calm.
And you can see it ends up being perfect. They fully isolate the player who is stuck here in main, and then the other 3 players from Loud are all just in their spawn as 100 Thieves is able to waterfall out of heaven onto the site, plant the spike with a big numbers advantage. So really, really nice round. Overall, really, really nice round from 100 Thieves, from Vora, from all of the players coordinating together. And that is definitely the type of thing that you want to see if you're a fan of this team, hoping for some good results in playoffs and potentially later on in the year.